Whew. So, what a week. I'm not at my place, as you can see with the background. While Watches and Wonders was happening, I was traveling to see my family. It has been an emotional roller coaster. The last few days have been insane. I had seen what was happening at Watches and Wonders. I had seen insane releases. I just couldn't think about it. Now that I'm here, I've settled. I've had a few emotional breakdowns. I want to talk about Watches and Wonders. And the thing is, everything's been said. We've all seen the new releases. There's nothing new that I can add except share my opinion because I haven't been able to. A lot of brands did amazing job with their new releases, but there were some watches that were just disappointing. Let's talk about it. So the first one, of course, is going to be from Rolex. Now, Rolex, I genuinely believe that there were 3 different teams in charge of Rolex releases. This is just my hypothesis. I have no way of proving it, but that's literally what I feel that has happened. On one hand, you had the Rolex team that was in charge of just making minor improvements, minor adjustments on existing models, incremental changes that we have all expected to see. And then you had another team which was in charge of coming up with something new, newer, innovative things moving forward, innovative design decisions. The Yachtmaster in titanium, which was one of my favorite releases from Rolex this year. I understand why they didn't do that with the Submariner because I feel that it's kind of setting the stage. Rolex doesn't want to just give us everything, all the good stuff in one go. They're going to play the incremental long-term game. So that and the new 1809, I absolutely love that design. Nobody was excited about the Cellini. Nobody spoke about it with passion, with enthusiasm. But the 1809 is different in a way that, apart from the good design, it has gotten people talking about it. It's something fresh. It's a Rolex, but it's not really a Rolex, and it's something different, and people would want to see it. So that was the second team, right? The first team was the minor changes. The second team was coming up with new stuff. And then you had the third team, which was, I don't know what they were smoking. Even if there's a subtle relationship between different elements, it adds value to the product. There's no connection here. And the only value here is that this is a Rolex doing something crazy and illogical. There's no logic behind this design. There's no logic behind the bezel dial. It makes no sense. This is just absolutely random, spontaneous, haphazard, whatever you want to call it. They're one of the biggest, the most powerful watch brands in the world, and this is what they could come up with as something different and crazy. Then moving on, Tudor. Now, of course, not going to talk about Tudor Black Bay 54. That design is a winner. However you look at it, I feel that they knocked it out of the park, improving all of the things that the collectors complained about with the 58. But then there's one issue that I have, and that's with the standard Black Bay. They removed the value for money aspect. This is another theme that I've seen across the board, across all of the watch brands. There's not much focus on value for money. The focus this year has been on upscaling the luxury status. Brands are starting to push this idea forward. You gotta pay for the brand. If you want to get into a brand, you have to pay for it. Regardless of the movement, regardless of the simplicity of the design, you just have to. You want an IWC engineer, you have to pay for it. That's what I feel has happened with Tudor as well. Even now, you could get the older generation Black Bay, standard Black Bay 36 or 41 for even less than $2,000 on the pre-owned market. But now, seeing that this one has gone way up, this is no longer an entry level tool watch. It's a luxury everyday style watch. That's it. This is not an accessible Tudor anymore. I mean, okay, fine. The price is one thing. The thing I'm not happy about is that the design has become a bit more, it's lost its toolness. It's lost its rugged tool watch that you would wear in all conditions, you know. It's just becoming a dressier watch, and that's the thing that I didn't like. Next, we have Grand Seiko and its first mechanical chronograph movement, or tentograph. No. I don't know. It feels like they're a bit disconnected with the people who they're designing these watches for. And honestly, just look at the Seiko speed timer and tell me that it's not similar. And this is the problem I have with Grand Seiko. It's getting too similar to Seiko. Both are big, powerful brands with very rich history. They both have the potential to do their own thing. I don't understand why they're unnecessarily making things too similar to each other. It's just weakening both brands. You know, they're both losing their identity. It's cheapening Grand Seiko. It's unnecessarily making Seiko unobtainable. I don't know who's winning here. Then we have Oris Kermit. ProPilot X has been kind of that oddball within the brand. It's something very not Oris-like, you know. It's moving away from their heritage. It's something completely new, which makes the reaction understandable. You know, you have some people that are absolutely loving it, and then you have others that are not liking this new approach. What disappointed me about Oris is I wish they had done something a bit more. They just came up with 2 watches. The whole thing with Oris was just a bit underwhelming, you know, seeing that they are an independent brand and they have no, you know, nothing's holding them back. I just wish they had done something a bit more. Like, their most popular line is the Aquas, and then after that it's the Pointer Date. By not doing anything with those lines, you're kind of isolating the hardcore fan base of the brand. The Kermit, to me, it's a fun watch, but this is for a very specific collector base within the Oris community. I am hoping for a chronograph within this case configuration. I think that would be a really cool design to see. IWC engineer, I don't know if I'm saying that right, by the way. I've heard it a million times, and when it comes out of my mouth, it just sounds weird. Great reissue of the original Genta design, but I feel I do understand where they're headed. It's very clear. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what they're trying to do, and that is milking the Genta name. That's it. They want to stand out from all of the lookalikes, all of the inspired integrated bracelet designs. They want to say, they want to make a stand and put out the statement that we are not like these guys. We are the original Genta design. Forget about value for money with these watches. It's all about the name. It's all about the status. And you want to get an original Genta design, you've got to pay for it. When you factor that in and you compare this to other Genta designs from the likes of Patek Philippe and AP, yeah, this looks like a bargain. But when you compare to Baume & Mercier, of course, this will seem expensive for what it is. That's what you gotta pay to get into that Genta club. Tag Heuer, Plasma, Diamond, garbage. Okay, you know what? We've done something really good here. We need to balance it out with something extremely horrible. That's what it looks like with this watch. What do you guys think? And also let me know in the comments below, what were the biggest disappointments for you guys? I want to hear your thoughts, because this year's releases have been so subjective. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.